Good afternoon, PenPower V8 League racers. The next race that we're going to will be Road Atlanta. It will be in the format of a sprint race, 30 minutes, and then a one hour feature race. Road Atlanta is 2.5 miles long, 12 turns, pretty simple layout. A lot of elevation changes though. The weather that we're practicing in here is afternoon. Partly cloudy at 68 degrees with a track temperature of 95. It's not too hot, and then again it's not ideal for fast times. The winds are out of the southwest, 1 mile an hour here, and relative humidity of 50%. This particular lap is about 2/10 off my optimum. It's not bad. The car's very stable. One thing I forgot to mention here, track is low usage of 20%. We're going to go through the lap corner by corner. I'll describe to you how I approach these corners, and then we'll do one lap uninterrupted, and off we go. Just one other thing. I'm running a 1.042 diff here. It does top out on the back straight right at the braking marker. It should be okay for the race, but you may want to go to a 1.0 rear end if you find that you're topping out too early. So here we go. We're just at the start-finish line, exiting corner 12. We're going to use most of the rumble strip on the left-hand side of the track here. So we start braking right at the 100-yard marker, and downshift to fourth and then third. I'm going to clip the inside curb on the right-hand side. We're going uphill after this. The car will reduce speed a fair amount just because we're going uphill as well. Now right here you want to try and position yourself to the right-hand side of the track a bit, because the track actually goes a little bit left before we have the right-hander. And we're going to turn in here. I might have turned in a little bit too early, but we're going to turn in, we're going to brake, and then we're going to cut the curb fairly hard for this right-hander. So grab that curb. You can take a fair amount of it without too much of a concern. You just have to watch that the car doesn't wash out too far to the left, and we want to grab the left-hand curb all the way through here. So we're currently in third gear, I believe. So just upshifted to fourth. We're going to upshift again to fifth. Now the entry to the next downhill right-hander is critical. You want to grab the curb. You need to grab this corner early to try and straighten out the S's as much as possible. So you can see very little steering input all the way through there. Try and straighten this out. We're in fifth gear, and for the left-hander, we're going to get it down into third gear, get it in real tight on the curb on the left. The car is going to want to push out to the right. Now just watch here that you don't get too far out to the right. The sand will spin you around for sure, and if the sand doesn't get you, the grass on exit will. 200-yard marker, and we're very heavy on the brakes here. We're going to downshift to third gear. And one more downshift into second for this tight right-hander. Again, you can grab a fair amount of curb here without upsetting the car too much. Now just be careful here on exit. If you get on the power too early, it's very easy to spin the car around. right at the 200-yard marker. You can see I've just started to brake here. We also just topped out on the rev limiter here. Now, this left-right combination, very heavy on the brakes. I trail brake into this left-hander considerably and try and modulate the brake to get me through this corner. I do take a fair amount of curb on the left-hand side and then just touch the curb on the right on exit. So you can see I'm already aimed in here. Really important here. So this is the corner and the downhill section that really causes problems for a lot of people. Everyone in the UK and I, this is what I want you to aim for right here. Get over this crest, slight lift, let the car go out to the left-hand curb, and then just aim for the inside curb. You can carry a fair amount of speed there, but you'll notice that I do have a slight lift just before I hit the curb. Right in here. So I'm aiming for this inside curb right here. You can see I've got very little throttle. I've backed off on the throttle, and that's just to settle the car down. And there you have a lap, 121.333. I've had times as low as the high 119s here, but really ideal cold weather conditions to try and get that time. I think with a little work here, 120s in this type of temperature, mid to high 120s are possible. Probably more to the high side, 120.8, 120.9, somewhere in that neighborhood. And as I said earlier, my my optimum on this practice session was 121.1 in these weather conditions. Go through the lap again, showing it uninterrupted. And there you have a lap of Road Atlanta. As always, we'd like to thank PenPower for sponsoring the league and the league admins for all the work that they do, Apex TV for doing the broadcasts. I'd like to thank my team, Never Quit Racing, and our sponsors, Simability and the Button Box Shop. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a private message or ask on our forums. And have a great race, everyone. Thank you.